And a very warm welcome to all of you. Mike Cavalli here on the Mediumship Show. And today, you know, as we draw closer to the season of goodwill, let's put it that way, the veil between the two worlds gets thinner because people start to feel better about themselves. They raise their vibration a little bit. There's a little bit more joy, and all this kind of helps to connect with spirit. As you can see, I've still got my cough a little bit. It went away during the week and it came back. So you might hear me chewing and drinking. That'd be just to stop me from coughing live. So look, before we get on with the show, let's do our little publicity things. First of all, we'll start off with well, actually tomorrow I'm doing an event with Sissy. You can see there on the right hand side. It's a mediumship show, if you like, but it's a lot more, let's say we're doing it a little bit more in the vein of a spiritualist church. So it's a Zoom meeting, and what this means is you come online and, you know, you'll be on screen, but you won't be on the internet, you know, on social media. It'll just be within the Zoom, the confines of the people that connect with the Zoom. And either Sissy or myself will go to somebody who they're drawn to. Eventually, I think we'll get through to everyone. Sissy will be doing the readings in German and English, and I'll be doing the readings in English. So that's tomorrow. I'll give that a little mention again before the end of the show. Of course, we've got Linda's book here as well, 5 Days in Heaven. Please pop along to her Facebook website, Dr. Linda Kramer Paranormal. Lots of interesting stuff there for you to get your teeth stuck into. And of course, Colin Walker, his book here, The A to Z Index of Spiritualism. You can find him at ethericweb.com. He does lots and lots of stuff. So lots of circles and discussions and all kinds of things. He's got a good group of people that surround him. So also today, after any readings that I do, I've got this little book here. It's a little gem. I don't know if you can see it. When I Love Myself Enough. And after each reading, I'm just going to flick through somewhere, stop, apparently spontaneously, and then I'll read the messages. And this one is, when I love myself enough, I realised I'm never alone. Right? Great little book. And it's also a great reminder of who we are, who we really are. We are, you know, love. We are divine beings. Excuse me. So, anyway, so let's see here. We've got something. This is very strange because it comes up. There you are. It's come up there. Hello, Stoller, 1986. Welcome aboard. So yeah, I'll just keep talking a little bit till somebody informs me that they would like to hear from someone, and I'll see who pops up. Hang on, look, in meditation I got some characters coming through. First of all, come through very, very strongly, a Jack Russell dog. Excuse me. And what was interesting about this Jack Russell dog is that he was sitting on his back legs, and he had his two paws up like this. So so there's the Jack Russell. Season's greetings to you. Yeah, season's greetings to you and yours, Mike. Yes, thank you very much, Natural Lover. Super. Excuse me. I'll have to get rid of it this week. So I've got a Jack Russell dog. we'll see who can take the Jack Russell dog. That was very prominent. As soon as I closed my eyes, boom, in he came. I also got the name Oslo. I think this is the city rather than a name. A military man came through and he showed himself in a picture, a small picture frame, and it's a real close-up and it's a side feature, and he's got a lovely smile, and it's not a young man. It shows me himself as more of a senior man. I feel this man may have had a life in military, but we'll see. Somebody with the name Daniel come along, and there is a lady in spirit also that come along that had trouble with her knee. It was my left knee, I get it, but often when I get it in the left knee, it could be their right knee. But I got this tingling sensation all the way up and down the knee, which indicated to me that there was issues with her knees when she was on, or her leg rather, when she was on the earth plane. And most importantly, I think, this guy came through right at the very end. He was someone that, I think this would be a grandfather, and I think this would be going back quite a long way, so it'd be for an elderly person. He's got black hair and it was brushed forward and it was short. He has a very tight-fitting shirt and tie and jacket, and what was noticeable, he had one of those little trinklets that go across the tie. So he was it. He come across to me as somebody very intellectual. Is what he shows. Oh, and his face is it's kind of narrow as it comes down here, and he's clean shaven. Comes across as quite a serious person. I would say strict, but not over strict. And so that's who I had here at the moment. So we've got, welcome from Poland. Welcome. Thank you for popping by. So let's see. I'll start off this, and then if you want to hear from someone in spirit, or you just want a message from someone in spirit, just let me know, and then we'll see who comes through. But we'll start this off. So here's my little book. It's not mine. It's by Kim Macmillan. I often talk about this. It's called When I Loved Myself Enough. And so I'll flick through and I'll stop at random. And it's a long one. And it says, when I loved myself enough, I saw beyond right and wrong and became neutral. At first I thought this was indifference. Now I see the clarity that comes with neutrality. There we are. If you can see that. It's a lovely book. I often refer to this from time to time, and I'd encourage everyone to get this. Now, Jean has always been telling me about neutrality. And you know, let's talk about the current situation where we choose sides because we perceive that one nation is doing something bad to another nation. We talk about the Central European conflict. But you know, as a spiritual, or somebody trying to be spiritual, I should say, and Jean tells me this, don't pick sides, because you don't really know who the oppressor is, even though it's glaringly obvious according to the information that you've been given. Our job is to focus our attention on peace and to stop people dying. This is where our attention should be, and not concern ourselves with who's right and who's wrong. So when we do this, it's actually very freeing for you, and you can be much more objective if you choose to be objective. But this is the idea of remaining neutral, in the sense of not giving an opinion about something where we don't know all the facts. So we focus on peace. Central Europe, in the Middle East, we focus on peace. and not the end of. We often talk about the end, we want the end of war and the end, but when we focus on the end of something, that isn't the outcome we want. The outcome we want is peace, and if we focus on the end of something, we don't know what it's going to be replaced with. But when we focus on peace, that's the outcome, that's the end result, that's what we're looking for. And so we can do our very best in making this world and making this happen. And believe me, it is because of all the meditations, the focus on peace and so on and so forth, that things aren't a lot worse than what they actually appear to be. So here we go. Let's have a look here. Oops, this is a bit too small for me, so I'll lift it up. Hi, I want to hear again from my grandmother, please. I want to know more about something to do with my hand or any other one that wants to say something to me. So I want to hear again from my grandmother. Thank you, yeah. I want to know more about something to do with my hand. Okay, actually, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but actually, it doesn't matter if I know it or not. I'll just get the information that comes through. Okay, so let's see what your grandmother has to say. Okay, so your grandmother's given me the impression, actually, first of all, that she has been around you quite a lot lately, because that you've been overthinking something, which is not necessary. And actually, she's telling me here that you need to just what we were just spoke about, to step back and take more of a neutral view of things, and not trying to force something to work that doesn't work. Because if you step back and look at things objectively and stop trying to say force an issue, then once you stop trying to force an issue and look for a resolution, things will start to work for you. Now, let me just make this a little bit clearer for you, because she is getting quite philosophical here a little bit, and she's not very clear to me as well at all. So let's see, ask Grandma to step a little bit closer. So do you know, did she do this position with her hands when she was alive? Because I find myself doing this, and this isn't something that I normally do. So it's a kind of clasping, and it's a kind of position that when someone's thinking or trying to express something, some people go like this, but this lady tended to do something like this. She isn't actually saying too much more at the moment about this, so just hold on, because I'll find out why she's not actually saying too much at the moment. Okay, and I'll come to Natural Lover in just a moment. Okay. Okay. Yeah, look, your situation in life, she's saying it is what it is. But she also says, and I feel she was quite maybe not spiritual, a little bit more religious, but she's saying that, you know, the divine has everything here for us to help heal and to help move forward in life. I'll give you an example, actually. Thank you. She also, I've got a cat with arthritis, and we have to take this cat to the vet once a month to have this Silencia injection. But I've been working with her, and I've been using this thing called the magnetic pulsar, and it actually sends pulse into the tissue, and it helps blood flow. It prevents inflammation, which is for the arthritis, and it also helps regenerate bone. So we haven't been now for 5, coming up to 6 weeks, plus all the healing that goes on. Actually, so all I can say to you at the moment is that, thank you, be patient with yourself, but you must continue to make changes. Keep looking for new ideas. This is something that she says that you used to do. You were very good, and you've kind of just sat back a little bit, because sometimes we get a little bit despondent, don't we? But no, she said Christmas is upon us, and this is a time for cheer, and things will change for you if you take one step at a time. Now I'm going to read you, and she gives me the month of September. I'm going to flick through this and give you a line from When I Love Myself Enough. Okay. When I love myself enough, I started picking up litter on the street. There we are. It's what my wife does, goes picking up litter off the street. Obviously not great big stuff, but if she sees a bit of paper on the floor and there's a bin there, boom, she pops it in there. And I'll give you one more, because I think you deserve one more, actually. She says I use my hands. Did she mean perhaps healing? Most certainly. Hang on 1 second. When I love myself enough, here we go, I began to see my purpose and gently wean myself from, can't see that word, distractions, I think it is. There you are. Yes, hands, I think you can use your hands for healing. We do, because this is an extension of consciousness. It all comes through. But I think she's referring mainly symbolically, use your hands, because this is the symbol for healing. I have to be honest and tell you, she wasn't telling me anything about healing. I did have an inclination at the back of my head, but she wasn't giving me that information. I would say, look, go ahead, start doing some healing in whatever shape or form you feel is appropriate to you. And just start. Long as you start, this is the most important thing. And I think you'll find, as a healer, you'll move on to something else. And I think you'll get closer to spirit as you go along. I'm not sure why, but I feel there's a little bit of a hesitancy to take it to that next step, to connect with spirit. When you're doing mental mediumship like what I'm doing here, I've never known anybody ever to get in trouble with spirit when you're doing mental mediumship. Physical mediumship's a different thing. So I think you start off, but I think you'll be doing healing, and while you're healing, you'll be connecting with spirit, and they'll be guiding you and telling you where to put your hands. So as my guide, as Jean would say, when do you want to start? Start now. If not now, tomorrow. And you won't regret it, because this is that love energy that we're all talking about, that creative energy, that change energy. You won't regret it. And just remember, she gives me September again for some reason. If you can't figure it out just yet, it will come back to you, because we had this the other week where I gave December, and the lady come to me yesterday. I actually said December 1st, and she came to me yesterday, and she now understood what this December 1st meant. So just hang on to that. Okay, let's have a look. Is there a message for me from my poet, my partner, who passed away 9 years ago? Okay, well, the first thing I want to say to you is, although 9 years is a long time for us when we lose someone, when you're over the other side, it's different. And he wants to tell me this because he wants to let you know that for him at the moment, it's just a matter of seconds. And when you join him, Even if you was to join him in 40 years' time, it'd be something like he's only waiting a week for you. And I think he wants to express this to stop you from worrying, put your anxiety at rest here. Okay, let's see. I know I've got a bit of trouble breathing because of my coughing and all the rest of it, but he is also giving me a little bit of trouble with breathing as well. So, and swallowing, giving me a lot of trouble swallowing. So I think he wants to identify himself in this way. Now, the message. Okay, I'll be as gentle as I possibly can. He's saying it's okay to move on. And I think you might have been wanting this clarity, but he said it's okay to move on if you choose to do so. I think it's approaching that time where that's possible. You don't have to do anything today. You know, tomorrow's another day, but now start considering this. He also shows me some sort of like trinket, and it's very silvery and very glittery. Is that something that you have? Is that something he gave you? He just wants to bring this in and show you that he hasn't forgotten you, and he wants to be remembered by this. It looks like a trinket of some sort, but it's very, very shiny anyway. So I also, you know, get just sort of pains just by the ribs here with him as he draws a little bit closer to me, but he's fine. And the message is, it's okay to move on when you're ready. He just doesn't want you to think that you can't move on. You can when you're ready, and he gives you his blessing for you to do that when it suits you. Now, I'll just give you a little message for when I loved myself enough, and we stop here. And so we get, when I loved myself enough, the impulsive part of me learned to wait for the right time. How appropriate. Then I become clear and unafraid. There we are. What a message for you. Okay, super duper. So that's that. My knuckles are very painful lately. Okay, and I'm also do that lately, picking up litter. I don't know how they manage to pick the pages, but they do. Or is it to do with my baking skills? Again, she never told me anything about any of this. She really kept back in the distance, your grandmother. But it does seem you have to look after your hands. Because they are an important part of your life. Remember, my old accountant, when I was living in London, they're Hindi, and when she used to cook, she always sang prayerful songs when she cooked to put that energy into the food. And I say this because, thank you, because I think this is what your grandmother is saying now. It doesn't matter if you're cooking food or you're healing someone. It's the thoughts, it's the prayerful and loving thoughts that you got to use with your hands. And I'm doing this now, and I think you should be massaging your hands. The more I get into this, the more I look at this, I think hands are going to be very important for you. If you've got sore knuckles, just try and start to deal with that, so that we can prevent something much further down the line coming into play. I'll just lean over here and I'll show you this little machine that I've got. This is the magnetic pulsar, and all you do is you just put this wherever on my cat's arthritis, and there's a certain protocol you use for cats because they're only little. With a human you can do this for quite a while, but with cats they're a bit small, and you've got to know what you're doing. So Hands are very important to you. Yes, healing. Yes, baking, because when you cook something with love, you're actually healing. And this is why you should never eat when you're angry. It's not it changes the whole nutritional value of the food. Next week I must do it. I've got my Bovis machine, or my Bovis thing. It's only a bit of paper, but it shows you how to measure the life force in food. So yes, just keep using your hands. Look after your hands. Is the question, and I've got to say it again. This is the only thing that she's going on about is September, September, September. So bear in mind something quite important, positive will happen in September. Okay, let's have a look here. Dear Mike, it's Irnya. Is there any message for me? My last weeks were emotionally hard. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, there's a group of people drawing around at the moment, and I think you've probably been calling upon them for help and assistance. So all the mob is here. I just want to say, maybe is this man for you? I had a man that come in earlier. He had short black hair and it was brushed forward. I feel this is a grandfather figure, actually. And his face was sort of long but narrow as it come in, clean shaven, and he wore a shirt and a tie, and everything fitted super elegant, and he had this little chain across the tie. He's come in again with you, so I do feel he is for you. And he was quite an intelligent person, as I mentioned earlier. Academically, I think he might have been intelligent as well, rather than just intelligent in different ways of life. Now, this is so important. Before we hear what they have to say, let's see if he can stop a page in this book and see what they want to say. There, here's one. Okay. When I loved myself enough, I stopped blaming myself. There we go. How important. I stopped blaming myself for the choices I have made, which made me feel safe, and I took responsibility for them. There you are. There's the message, and this is the book, if ever you want to get it. So, thank you. And there's someone here called David or something like this. This name pops in. This, I'm told, is you mustn't see things as a lesson. A life's lesson is to see them as an experience only, and it passes, and it is passing. And I feel you're feeling the support of loved ones on the other side, and what's actually happening is you feel that you're getting weaker, but it's not that. It's the love that they're bringing in and surrounding you with is making you feel very, very emotional. But it's a different emotion to the disturbing, disturbing information that you had during the week, I think you said. So the message they want to give you is to remember that you've passed this now. You've overcome this. It's gone. It's finished. It's done. And you can, as they say, thank you, put this to bed now by not worrying about it anymore. And now focus on where you want to be in your life. It's a reminder about being in your own power, and it's a reminder that you mustn't, whatever happens in life, you have to just see the situation. It's happened. Cry yourself to death if you like, cry, get it all out, and then start again. And we have no choice, do we? We have to start again. And that's something that they're giving me across to give to you, is about starting again. I don't actually see it as a complete start again, but thank you. It's a new, starting something new, and thank you, a new adventure. So Yeah, okay. You're not adventurous enough. Excuse me. You're not adventurous enough. You need to find more adventure. Now you need to um, have more fun in life. Be a bit more frivolous. Um, and yes, and this will lift you and this will raise you. I also sense there's going to be a family coming together pretty soon, also, and I feel it's going to be a permanent coming together soon. And I don't know how this is going to happen because it seems pretty remote at the moment, but there is going to be family coming together, and it feels like a reunion of some sort, but the reunion will be permanent. I don't know if this is making any sense to you at all, but it will happen. It won't happen this year, but it's certainly going to happen for you. So have some courage. Look, as I said this, there's a lady that stepped in, and she just whoosh went right across me. She's got a roundish face and a little bit chubby, I would say, but lovely porcelain skin. And she's got short hair, and it's back, and it's grey. I think it might have been curly when she was younger, but she's got this lovely little smile. Looks like a roundish nose at the end, but she whipped in very quickly there. And I think there's also an I in her name as well, like yours. But she seems to be coming close and coming around you because she's experienced something very similar to you in the past. Okay, let's just see. Okay, she also talks about something to do with a train, so you might be jumping on a train or meeting someone at a station, but and I think this will happen before the end of the year also. So I think you've got everything to look forward to. I think in terms of work, I do see a change there also. I think it's also about time that there is a change there. You just need the confidence to say this isn't working for me, because there's always another place to go to, and it's much easier to find work when you're in work. So look, I'm going to find one more When I Loved Myself Enough for you and see how appropriate this is. I'll stop it just there. When I loved myself enough, I learned to say no when I want to. Hang on. I learned to say no when I want to. Ah, yes, I learned to say no when I want to, and yes when I want to. There we are. And I think you know exactly what they mean by that. Excuse me. So, Irena, I send you my love. They send you your love. And just let me know in the comments how much of that made sense to you. So here we go. I'm wondering if the pictures you had up last week is my brother, but without the glasses. He also looks younger than when he passed. Thanks. Yeah, I don't have that picture anymore. I actually deleted it earlier. I can find it again and put it up next week. It could well be. It wasn't a terribly accurate thing. I had to do this by text prompt, and that was the nearest I could get. I remember the hair though that he showed me was standing up more higher and back rather than just comb over. But it could well be. Sometimes. When they pass, they come back looking at an age where they felt most comfortable. And, that's where they start their journey on the other side. For example, my father passed 87, I think, 88, something like that. He always comes to me at about the age of 55, 56 years of age, which was his favourite time, I think, in life. Excuse me. So, another sip of water there, thanks. Okay, so, so let's So, Angie in Vienna. Hi, Mike. Next year will be a tough year. When I will have to face everything I have tried to avoid the last 2 years. How do you manage to get through all the changes ahead of me? Okay, feels overwhelmed. Yeah, okay. Well, this is the thing. Uh, my shaman friend says, "Hi, Mike. It'll be a tough year when you'll have to face everything." Well, so yeah, it'll be a tough year if you believe it's going to be a tough year. If that's the energy that you're putting in, or you're okay. Thank you. You're already, and I say this in a loving way. You're already setting yourself up for it to be a tough year, rather than looking at the other options of okay, next year if I do this, this, and this, I can avoid some of the situations that are going to arise, or I can prepare myself. Thank you for the situations that are going to arise, and therefore I'll be emotionally prepared for it. And also, thank you. Also, remember, I'm told here that not everything that you think is going to happen is going to come to pass. There's going to be some stuff that's just going to drift away for some reason, because you do have people working with you on the other side. They can't solve problems for you, but they're able to assist you in whatever way they can. And I do believe they can ease some situations by helping you change your perception. So honestly, the way to do this is to change your perception on how you approach these problems, and to be a step ahead of knowing that, let's say, there's possibilities of this, and this. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, that's going to happen, that's going to happen. That in the current trajectory, it's possible that this happen. So I can change my trajectory. I can change the outcome by changing the trajectory. How do I do that? I change my perception. And since you know something is possible to happen in the future, it's also possible something good and positive that can happen in the future. So that's how we deal with it, and start with the easiest thing first. What can I deal with first? What is it that I can foresee in the future that I can prevent from getting out of control if I can do it now? Because it's never too late. The one experience that we can learn from all this is that the more we put things off, the inevitable happens, that it comes back and bites us. But we can deal with this, and I am told that you do have the courage, and you do have the mental strength and the mental capacity to deal with this. They give me two. I've got number 2 that they talk about, so I don't know what that refers to. I think they're talking about either 2 people in spirit or 2 people on the earth plane that are important to you, but they're certainly the number 2. So just bear that in mind. I want to see what else they want to give you before I can give you this message from When I Love Myself Enough. Okay, very strange message, but I hope you'll understand this. And the message is, be careful what you say and who you say it to. And again, this isn't one of my actions. This is someone in spirit who hopefully you might recognize that when they spoke to you and they were speaking to you seriously and sternly, would do this, something like this. I do have something of a father figure here on the other side, or a grandfather. This is something in between. Certainly a very loving male adult on the other side here for you, that's also being around you and supporting you. Thank you. I hope you'd understand. I think you do. When you was a lot younger, you had a lot of trust in yourself. You was basically in your own power a lot more, and they want you to get back to that, get back to your own power, be in your own power, and you're going to get through this. Yeah, there's no question about that at all. You're going to get through this, and as I say, a lot of the stuff isn't going to happen. So let's have a look. Let's stop somewhere where we can see what's appropriate to you. When I loved myself enough, I started meditating every day. That is a profound act of self-love. There you are. I think that's beautiful for you. I think meditation is good, or just to find a calm place, to get into a calm place, a place of stillness. Thank you, and enjoy the moment. At the moment, thank you, you've got short attention span, I'm told. So just try and get into that peaceful place. Meditation may help, but if your mind's wandering all over the place, it's almost impossible to meditate. I can sense that we need to do another one with you. So let's have a look. Let's close that off here. Okay. When I loved myself enough, I could feel God in me and see God in you. That makes us divine. Are you ready for that? So remember that you are divine, and that's what Jeanne has been saying all this time. We are all divine because we have the divine in us. Okay. Let's have that. Is the name maybe Dirk? It could be Dirk. I also got a name Daniel. I couldn't figure it out. It was something certainly with a D. So thank you, dear Mike. That was very helpful. The man, I think, was someone I knew from work who was also a great friend. Okay, super. You're going to get there. Everyone's going to get there. You just got to start having a little bit more faith in yourself. Bring out the warrior in you. Never diminish the warrior that's inside of you. So, okay. Thank you, Mike. That's true. Lost my spirit and power. Yeah. Not lost, I would say. It's not lost. It's just been diminished. Bring it out. I can sense that you're a warrior. And so ask Jeanne to help. She loves people with a lot of fighting spirit. And actually, what I would say to you, I think you can start to feel her now. Because I feel you start to feel chills either down your spine or down your legs. You might even feel warmth around your arm, around your shoulders. She's drawing close to you right now, so let me know if you can feel her drawing close to you. Okay, wow, let's put that up. Wow, amazing. So true. Okay, and thank you, Mike. Okay, so when you feel, when you feel Jeanne coming close to you, please let me know. So yeah, so there we are. Looks like it's going to be a short evening this evening. There doesn't seem to be any more takers. So what I want to do is this, before we all pop off, I want to just talk about you feel it, very good. Call upon her. Where is it? Is it surrounding your shoulders, or is it down the spine? Or sometimes you might get this tingling like there's a bandana around your head. That's one of 3 places she often comes to. So let me know where it is with her. She's great, and once you make that connection with her, she'll help release the warrior in you. So yeah, I was saying that we often see as love as the highest vibration, but in fact gratitude is the highest vibration. It's much higher than love. And gratitude is obviously different to when you just say thank you. Thank you is really a nice gesture when someone opens the door for you. you say thank you. It's a gesture of goodwill. Gratitude is on that next level. I think we all can understand that. So here's something that we were all told, well, I read about, lost everyone there, about gratitude. Now I'm going to put it up on the screen, and I'm just going to read a little bit about it. If I can find it. Where is everything now? Oh, there we are. Gratitude, here we are. Okay, I'll scrap the first bit, I'll read the second bit. A study on gratitude was conducted with adults having congenital and adult onset neuromuscular disorders. Compared to those who were not jotting down their blessings nightly, participants in the gratitude group reported more hours of sleep each night and feeling more refreshed upon awakening. The gratitude group also reported more satisfaction with their lives as a whole, felt more optimism about the up and coming week, and felt considerably more connected with others than did participants in the control group. That was something that I spoke about in a talk, The Power of Words, that I did. So, okay, we got it here. We got shoulders, yeah, head too. Love the fight spirit energy. Yeah, of course. And actually with you, I think this is your authentic self, actually. You're a fighter, you're a warrior. And that's why I think she's drawn close. I have a question about a message from my father. Why does he think is it better to stay in his house or to sell the house? Okay, what does he think? Okay, seems to me there's a lot of attachment to the house, and leaving the house thank you, would cause a vacuum, which I don't think he's going to be comfortable with. So, as they say in Yorkshire, if in doubt, do nout. So at the moment he should do nothing. I don't think anything is going to happen in the short while. But I sense quite strongly that he is going to stay, and I think he should stay at the moment because of his frame of mind and his consciousness and everything else that's associated with the home. It's I feel something that he doesn't want to move away from just yet. But things change, attitudes change, opinions change, and so at some point I feel that's not only going to happen, I think it's going to be necessary. But for now, I think from what I get from the other side, I think he's going to stay there, and if that's how he feels comfortable at the moment, more comfortable than the upheaval of moving out. So I would say let him stay there for now, but I would encourage him to do whatever he feels the most comfortable. Often we do things where we make decisions through love, and for whatever reason they're not always best suited the person who we're trying to make a loving decision for. So trust him, trust what he feels, and if the moment he's not sure, trust in him not being sure at the moment, and then wait for him to make that decision. But it just looks to me at the moment he's going to stay there. So I hope that helps. It's just all at the moment. I think change is going to come, but not yet. All in good time. So thank you. I feel the message was for me. Also, that is my grandfather Dirk. Okay, super. Okay, so look, that's about it. I'm going to leave a group when I loved myself enough message for everyone that we can all take something away from, myself included, and I'll stop there. Simple one. When I loved myself enough, forgiving others became irrelevant. Yeah, that's sums it all up. Why does it become irrelevant? Because when you do love yourself enough, there's nothing anyone can do or say that can affect you. It's important to be at peace, and the only way you can be at peace is not suffering for the mistakes somebody else has made. So remember, keep yourself in the state of peace, and when you do that, you start to get yourself in a state of power, self-empowerment. And when you've got self-empowerment, as we've been speaking about tonight, we bring the warrior out in us. And heaven knows in this day and age, and when we talk about warrior, we're not talking about going around slaying people, we're talking about the fighting spirit that's within us. Why say yes when we want to say no? Okay, can I ask to connect with my old friend PL? Does he want to tell me something? He passed away, and I think we didn't sort things love-wise out between the two of us. Okay, can you tell me, was this guy when he was on the earth plane quite athletic or sporty like? Because as you mentioned, this someone comes in who's running around. It looks like he's playing football, but it might not be. It might be something else. But this person is shown is quite young and quite athletic. That's the person who I've got with me right now. If he wasn't athletic when he was with you, he is now, because I do feel this is the connection. So let's sorry, let's sort out. Okay, thank you. Water under the bridge. It's all done. There's no animosity at all. That goes as soon as you cross over the other side. But what's interesting is the message water under the bridge, because I think there's more to that phrase than just water under the bridge. So I don't know if you lived near water or a bridge was important to you, but it seems to me that there's more than just, let bygones be bygones. There's absolutely no problem with him anymore, with you and he. He actually quite laughs because, thank you, he says, you're mule-headed. Well, good for you. I hope you are mule-headed. but this is what I think a lot of the problem was. In fact, both of you are mule-headed. And so this is where problems were created. But he laughs at this now. Oh God, there was a name come flying in there, and I wanted to give it to you, but I can't give it at the moment. Let me see what else he wants to do. This guy is now in good spirits. Literally, he's a fun person to be around. Over the other side, he's much lighter now than he ever was when he was on the earth plane. And thank you. And the message he wants to give to you is he wants you to be much lighter now. He wants you to go out and have fun. Can you take the name beginning with J? It seems like Jenny or something like this, and it's a female name, and he gives the name and it starts with a letter J. It feels like Jenny or something like this. I can't quite get it. And he just wants to give this in. I want to give you the month of March as well. Okay. I also want to, for some strange reason, give you Neil Diamond, the singer. So I don't know if that's symbolic of a diamond that he wants to give, or Neil Diamond, he loved that music. But so take that in some shape or form of how what he brings to you. He also wants to just talk about eating, something to do about eating habits, and I'm going to leave that with you, and I'm not going to take that excuse me, any further. He's really having a bit of a giggle now here, and he talks about a brother. Now I think that the brother may not be a blood brother. I think he may have just used this phrase about somebody that was very close to him, so to remind the brother of him, and that's really the message that he's giving. Rugby. He played rugby. Yes, very athletic. Okay, super. Then he is here. Okay. Let's just see if we can wrap this up with a message for you. He wants to make it clear. There's no issues. He also wants to make it clear to you that his passing was quite quick, although it might not have seemed it, but it was quite quick. He was gone in an instant, he said. And you may have seen him in sleep state as well. So you may have had an out-of-the-body experience or been in the astral with him at some point. Actually, I got to say, the relationship now feels like a brother-sister type of relationship. And I think perhaps when he was on the earth plane, perhaps the brother-sister relationship was probably what it should have been. Just a really, 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 really good friend of the opposite sex. However, it was the way it was, and as he says, that's done. He keeps emphasizing that's it, it's done. So I feel he was someone on the earth plane that didn't overthink, didn't over worry, didn't get involved in too much of the anxieties of life. He seemed to be at that point not really bothering too much about what was right, what was wrong, what's good and what's bad. I think that's not a bad way to be, actually. So there we are. Yes, we have a bridge. Okay, yes, we have a bridge in town. So maybe you used to stand on this bridge or walk over this bridge together, but it has some kind of feeling, this bridge, that's associated with the relationship. So, okay, we'll do one more since we didn't finish. We're finished now. There's the book, When I Love Myself Enough, by Kim Macmillan. It's just very simple, as you can see, very simple, just one-liners. So let's just do one for the road. I won't look, I'll stop just there. Okay. What a beautiful one to finish. When I loved myself enough, I realised I am never alone. There we are. Perfect way to finish the evening. So, my friends, thank you for popping by. I hope we was able to connect with all your loved ones, and please leave a comment if you can leave a comment. I'm not sure if YouTube stops you from leaving comments after the show ends, but if you can, and anything pops to mind that you can remember a name or anything I've said, please pop it in there. I pop in from time to time to take a look, and I'll be very happy to see that things that didn't make sense to you at the time eventually make sense. So, okay, this is Mike and Jeanne. Jeanne is always there. If you've got the warrior spirit in you, she'll back you up. So, in the meantime, have a great week, and I suggest tonight, go to bed with a smile. Think of something that made you happy during the day. Be grateful, if you like, show gratitude for that little part of your life that made you happy today. And you'll be surprised how good a sleep you have. Let's have a look. I always had thoughts that he was my half brother. Yeah, I mean, there's some perhaps kind of connection there, past life kind of connection maybe. Let's see, beautiful messages. Thank you, Angie from Vienna. I look forward to seeing you all next week. You can contact me through Facebook or YouTube if you've got any questions or you want something confirmed about what I said today. I'm always around. So in the meantime, everyone, have a great rest of your week, and I shall see you all next week. This is Mike signing off. Bye bye for now.